Alright, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Wan Hamzul Hakim bin Wabakar. So, our project title is EDU CLASS and our ID is IPA 045. So, the project of EDU CLASS was supervised by our lecturer, which is Tuan Hasim bin Sa'uri, and this project has been built by my three others comrades, which is Tengku Nasriah binti Tengku Zulkifli, Muhammad Idham bin Muhammad Haizat, and Nur Saidatu Anani binti Ahmad Basir. So, without further ado, I will start my presentation. So, the project name is EDU CLASS. Our target of the project is primary school student. The abstract of our project is EDU CLASS is a free web service that we create to simplify primary school students access to all the learning materials in just one app. The primary purpose of EDU CLASS is to facilitate the management of learning materials by streamlining the process of sharing files, homework, and class meeting between teachers and students. Furthermore, they can use the material as preparation in examination or to diversify their knowledge on a specific topic. Based on our target user demography, we use the easy to understand concept that allows students to use it without the guidance of parents and teachers. They can explore and learn how to manage the learning materials only through the user interface. As we know, there are still no special learning apps for primary school students in Malaysia. We hope that this project will be a pioneer in the advancement of educational technology in Malaysia. So, move on to the next issue is the novelty of our project. So the novelty of our project is the production of a learning application that is easier to use and understand for students, emphasizing simple features to ensure that students of all ages can take advantage of them. Aims to gather not only learning material, but also to be able to facilitate coursework and class meeting in one platform. Small scope specialization is emphasized for students at the primary to secondary school level in Malaysia only. To emphasize on the use of easy Malay language to make sure students can understand the whole function of component in the application, and also good to train language skills for students who are weak in Malay language. Good for combining the multiple material that can save time without having to search for material on other platforms. The validity at the end and authenticity of the material can be guaranteed by the teachers that only allow the material has been reached the correct format only can be uploaded. Encourage the use of an application that can include all learning materials to create a meaningful learning environment either inside or outside the classroom. So for the commercialization potential, the implementation of a project has the potential to get a good response from students, especially at the primary school level, on practice of the brevity concept that is emphasized for students in Malaysia only. The production of application that can combine a variety of learning material has been the potential to improve student achievement in academic field. The combination of many learning materials can potentially be utilized by students to add knowledge through the best ideas obtained. Then it can be processed to be better to suit the current issues and make the idea all fresh while avoiding the existence of plagiarism. At the level of educational institution, this project is able to attract the interest of the Ministry of Education Malaysia to consider the appropriateness of producing a special learning application for use by students in Malaysia only. The early exposure of students toward this technology has the potential to ensure that the 11 shifts found in the Malaysian Education Development Plan (PPPM) 2013 until 2014 or utilizing ICT to improve the quality of learning can be achieved. The use of an application that includes all learning material can provide it in positive impact in facing the challenges of 21st century education that can meet the need of the K-economy era, which is closely related to the development of ICT. So, the benefit of the mankind for our project. The use of a simple and easy user interface can improve the user experience among users and indirectly invigorate students to learn. Facilitate the management of specific learning materials by the teachers and towards students. Ensure that students who have basic knowledge in technology can also use this application. Exposure to online material management that can save the cost of buying books as well as improve student skills to use technology that is part of human life nowadays. Suitable for use in preparation for exam or as additional material for the class to further diversify knowledge about some of the topic. Provide the special application for students in Malaysia that can be used by the students to take full advantage of the materials available. And lastly, at the higher level, the impact of producing quality and educated students is able to meet the needs of country which need a productive, skilled, and high-skilled workforce to ensure that modern sector can be fully utilized. Alright, move on to the next section in my presentation for our innovation is the prototype of EDU CLASS. So we use a blogspot for prototype of our innovation. So our innovation is we want to create an education platform specifically for primary students. In other words, we want to make Google Classroom but only for primary students. As we know, Google has provided us a lot of useful platforms, especially for education work such as Google Meet, Google Classroom, and many more that have helped us a lot in our education nowadays. For your information, Google has inspired me to create a platform for education purpose to our Malaysian students so that they can use the invention that is created from Malaysian to Malaysia. Basically, we want to make the invention that is made in Malaysia. So in this prototype of EDU class, we have four different sections. That is examination materials, announcement, class meetings, and homework. So for the examination materials, in the examination materials, we have examination schedule. As you can see, this examination schedule is easy for the student to understand and quite simple for them to find when will they have an examination. So this EDU class prototype is managed by a teacher, that is a classroom teacher. Right, move on to the next announcement. So in this section, if the teacher have any announcement for the student, they can put here, and then the student can click in the announcement section in this blogspot and see what is on the news for them. Right, for next, the class meeting. So this section is quite special because this section has every classes in one school. So you can see, and every class has their own Google Meet link. So they can, so every teacher in every subject they can use this link to make to start a Google Meet for their student for education purpose only. Yeah, but not just for the teachers, the student also can use this link to make a study group or anything that is for education purpose. And lastly, last part is for the homework. So during this pandemic COVID-19, it's quite hard for them to give the student the homework, and for the students it's quite hard for them to catch up what is the homework they have to do. So in this segment, the teachers can the teachers can list the homework what they must to do, and what the student have to do is they just click in the homework section and see what is the homework for them. Alright, that is how the methodology of our evaluation works. Alright, lastly I want to say is, let us sum up what our position is with regard to the question of EDU class innovation. I hope that our innovation can create a new era of technology in education for primary school. Much thank you to you, to everybody present here. It was a delight talking before you. Also, today we should try to take a pledge to ourselves to ensure that we will keep ourselves fit and healthy, especially during the pandemic COVID-19. And obey the standard operating procedure. Lastly, stay healthy. I am much obliged to you for listening to my speech. It has been wonderful to talk before an audience such as this way. Thank you.